Thank you very much. My name is Silas Kiriinya. I'm a counseling psychologist and also the CEO of Amazon Counseling Center. And at Amazon Counseling Center, we provide services, counseling services in all aspects of psychology. We provide corporate training and corporate support, employee wellness. We also support individuals who come to us with various issues, marital problems, substance use, depression, mental illnesses of other nature, trauma, and all manner of psychological problems. So when people come to us, we are able to journey with them and support them. Now, today we are here simply because of one reason, because of family. It's a program that we began, and in this program, basically, what we are focusing on is trying to bring our families back to what was the original concept of family and marriages as well. Because we know every time we talk of marriage, we talk of family, there is no way we cannot, of course, avoid, there is no way we can avoid talking about marriage because we know marriage is what initiates a family. And so, as a counseling psychologist, what I've realized is that actually families are under threat at the moment, and there are so many factors that are actually threatening family, and therefore that's why we are here today, so that we can bring support our people who are going through family struggles, but also at the same time provide them with knowledge and skills so that they know where to get help and also how to work on their issues and what kind of innovation should they have about family, and especially for those who want to get married. So at the beginning, my brothers has basically asked me really what is happening in the family, how much are we threatened as a family. And I have said very well that 7.5 or 75% is the effect that we are getting, the negative effect that we are getting into our families, because there are so many other schools of thoughts that are actually coming to kind of fight our families, their traditional family setup, and also the concept of, the concept that God had about the original family. And so that's why we're here today, so that we can address on that. You can talk to us even as we continue to share this. You can ask any question that you might have regarding family issues and other psychological issues, and we'll be able to support you and answer those that we can answer. So today, I will begin by just a very simple phrase by St. Thomas Aquinas. He says that error in the beginning is an error in the end, indeed. Error in the beginning is an error indeed in the end. So basically what that means is if we get it wrong from the beginning, we'll get it wrong all the way. And so as we want to understand what family is, we must get it right from the beginning. Otherwise, what will happen is we'll get it wrong all the way till the end. And so we will now get to a point that we are talking about divorce, we are talking about substance use in the family, we are talking about family disintegration, and all these other things. So we have to get it right from the one go. And especially even for those who are preparing themselves to get married, you want to get it right from the beginning. Because if you don't get it right from the beginning, Billy asked me, what is the reason and what is happening? People marry, they have a big wedding, and then they get married, and finally after that 1 month, they divorce. I want to surprise you that I have supported people who got married on Saturday. They stayed together on Sunday, Monday. On Tuesday, they went for honeymoon. And on Wednesday morning, they divorced. The man came back and left the wife wherever they were. So it was really not a very good, image or picture. So they had to come for help, but it's only the lady who came for help because the man had nothing to do with this lady. They had dated for 8 good years. So you can imagine all this time. They had a grand wedding. Everybody was praising them for what happened. But then after a few days, they separated. There are others, of course, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that I have been able to support, those who have gotten to that point. But we won't be able to explain much more. So we want to get it right from the beginning. Now, one of the key things that we realize is that there are many schools of thoughts, and we go through, we get assimilated to those schools of thought, or we get introduced to those or exposed to those schools of thoughts in various stages in our life. For example, I have noticed now in the curriculum that we are using for primary school, there is a group that is really, really lobbying that they redefine their family. And their definition that they want to bring in is a definition that says that family is composed of two people. They can be of either gender, and they can have children of their own, or adopted, or not have children. And so you can imagine our children growing up and they're introduced to that kind of concept that says that marriages of two people. It can be a man and a man, a woman and a woman. So you can imagine. To other, as I am going to share, you even realize there are some concepts that say that family is basically about, a convenience I don't know how to put it. Basically, it says that it's convenience, but also apart from convenience, there is an aspect of affection. So you can have affection to a man, you can have affection to a dog, you can have affection to whatever it is, and still that becomes part of your family. And so we'll be able to share about that later on. Now, what I want to begin with at the moment is the definition that is given by sociology. And I know most of us have studied sociology in school, and particularly in the university. And you realize that sociology is key, actually, one of the subjects that people will learn. Whatever discipline you're doing, there is a little bit of sociology because it enables us to understand the society, how the societies are formed, what can make strong societies, the effect of the society. So I have realized that sociology is part of like what we go through. And according to sociology, a family is defined as the most important primary group in a society, which is okay. And we actually rejoice that sociology itself has been able to define a family as a very important primary group in the society. But the only challenge is the one group. I will share about that later on. I don't have to get into that so much. The second thing that I get from what sociologists say is that it is the simplest and the most elementary form of society, which is right, because there is nothing else that we can call, which we can say is simpler in terms of what forms a society other than the family. Of course, families is formed by individuals, and these individuals make a family, and this family becomes really very elementary and very important. And which that the other one is very okay. On basis of marriage, society classifies family into three types of family, and I think we'll be able to touch on that after the break. So I'll begin with that so that we get to know what sociology says about marriage as they try to define the family, because we said marriage is what initiates family.